So we have a problem, guys. And I apologize if you had any noise in the background. There are currently people working on my roof. But we have a problem. And what is the problem? Joe Burrow re-injured his calf. Yup. After this last touchdown last week, or I guess yesterday, Joe Burrow re-injured his calf, and he talked about in his press conference how that, he tweaked it again after this touchdown. He did say that he felt like he could come back in the game and play the rest of the game if he needed to, but it's still nonetheless the fact is he re-injured his calf. And we're week 3 of the season now, starting off 0-2 with Joe Burrow, who really, realistically speaking, according to a lot of experts, should have been out the first couple weeks of the season. Should have been out to week 5, whatever the case, right? And he played, and obviously he re-injured his calf. And this is a grade 1 he had, so we don't know if, if he has another grade 1, if he has a grade 2, or what's the case. My guess is if he was feeling like he could play the rest of the game, I'm going to guess it's not a grade 1 or a grade 2. I'm going to guess he just tweaked it a little bit. He does say that in his press conference that he just tweaked it a little bit. I'm just giving all cases scenario here, just saying. But he did say he just tweaked it. But he also said he needs to know, after a couple of days, he'll kind of figure out how it feels, right? He'll figure out if it's like just a tweak or if there's actually more problems to it. But again, like I said, it's definitely a concern moving forward because we're 0-2. And now we have our quarterback on the bench here after that touchdown. He's using the little massage gun for his calf because, he tweaked it and he re-injured it. And that's a problem because of this play right here. And again, in this game, I will say there's a couple of plays after the whistle that Baltimore hit Joe after the whistle. I'm not going to go into saying that they, in any way were trying to hurt him or, any of that crap. But I will say there was some plays that happened like that. That definitely, you look back at it and you're like, oh, man, stupid plays like that, it causes more problems. And yeah, as you can see, Joe did limp off the field after that touchdown. He was limping off the field, and it was, again, his calf, yet again, having problems. Now, what does this mean? Is it doom and gloom? Is it over? Is our season done with? No. We will be absolutely fine. The good thing is how the schedule is set up is we start off the season playing very tough opponents, right? Obviously, 2 AFC North back-to-back opponents. That's never easy to do. The good thing is after we got done those 2 opponents, which we got done them, let's be honest, we now play against a lot easier of an opponent, a lot easier of a schedule until our bye week. Now, as you can see right here, Joe Burrow did actually have a pretty good game. And even though we lost, as I said many times going into this game, this was not a must-win game. This was a game I would love to have won, by the way. Just a shout-out to that. But I'm saying if we did go ahead and lose this game, I just wanted to at least see something. I wanted to see something from this offense to show me they can at least do something this year. And they did. They showed me a lot that they could do, and they showed me that they could be very successful this season. So I was excited about this, that what we learned from this game is the second half, not the first half. First half was crap. Second half offense could actually get going. And there was chemistry again between T. Higgins and Joe Burrow. Right, we saw that in this game. And there was a couple of shots at the end zone that if, Chase caught that ball, it would have been a tutty. So there's all those things taken consideration, and positives really come from this game. But then you see Joe get injured again and, reactivate his calf strain. And it's that negative Nancy, that never goes away, I guess. But let's go ahead and just take a look at this realistically, right? So we play the Rams, the Titans, the Cardinals, and the Seahawks. All 4 of these games are winnable games, right? And that's kind of how the schedule makers made it. They made it 2 tough games and then 4 back-to-back easier games, and then we play our bye week. Now, I say easier, but the Rams did play the 49ers last week very tough. They almost won that game. And they also beat the Seahawks. The Titans just beat the Lions head-to-head in overtime, and they played the Saints very tough. The Cardinals played the Giants very tough. They were up 21-0 at halftime. And they also played the Commanders tough. So, it's going to be a tough sledding for the next 4 games. But if we have to, and I'm going to say have to because you have to put this out there, if we have to go Jake Browning for 4 games to rest Burrow until our bye week, where then he has 5 weeks to heal completely from this calf strain, and then we go and play the 49ers after bye week, and then he's 100%, that would not be the worst case scenario. I don't want to do that because obviously we're 0-2 right now, and you don't want to be 0-2 and then take out your starting quarterback and have to put in your backup. But I think this offense with Jake Browning, I think it could be successful. I think it could be, or at least manageable versus these teams. Now, I'm not saying we would beat the Buffalo Bills or the Niners or the Ravens or the Steelers or the Chiefs. No, but you got to look at the bigger picture here, right? You got to look at the bigger picture. And the bigger picture is you got to beat those teams, right? You got to beat the best teams. So if, we kind of do that type of system where it's like, okay, we're just going to kind of rest him a little bit. Because again, if he goes out there next week against the Rams, we do get a week and a little bit of time to rest before we play the Rams, which is nice. But if we go out against the Rams and he's still injured or still tweaked his calf, and he's still not feeling 100%, and Aaron Donald hits him after the whistle or blows him up on a play, that's our season. So that's our season right there. And so this is like worst case scenario for me because I never want to see us take out Joe from any game, right, and not play him. But after that Ravens game, he definitely he's not 100% from that calf strain. He wasn't in the the Browns game either. So neither of those games was he's 100%. And I'm at a point where I'm like, if we got to go Jake Browning 4 weeks, we got to go Jake Browning 4 weeks. In the end, you got to think, we talked about this before, before the season when there was possibility of Joe missing some time to begin the season. We even said how if he misses a couple weeks, it sucks in the end, but at least we're able to, solve the season. We know we're going to lose the first 2 games with Jake Browning. So then we knew that we would have to probably play these 4 games without Joe Burrow. I don't know. Because again, like I said, I never want to see Joe Burrow out of the game or not playing. And we need him right now. I mean, our offense just got going that second half of the game. It wasn't going the whole, first game was awful. The first half of that game was awful. Second half, we got going. And now to have him out when he hasn't even played the preseason training camp, we're starting slow because of all the problems with him not playing. It's a crappy situation, man. It's a really crappy situation. But I think we do need to look bigger picture at this point. We do. And this season is a very long season. And I think we could win with Jake Browning for 4 games. I think we can. With this defense playing bend not break against their offense, with our offense running the ball with Joe Mixon, our line looked good yesterday. Our receivers look good. I don't know. I'm still on the fence because, tell me down below your thoughts and opinions. Because I want to put this out there, an idea out there, just to see what you guys are thinking, how you guys are feeling about it. But it's one of those situations where it's like, in that situation, we only have to play one AFC team, right? In those 4 games. That's only one AFC conference team. And the reason why it matters is it matters for division and also matters for conference at the end of the year. Winning against your conference helps you out. Losing against a non-conference opponent like the Chiefs lost to the Lions doesn't really matter as much as losing to an in-conference opponent. Tell me down below your thoughts and opinions. I hope Joe is fine. I hope he just tweaked it a little bit. And as he said, after a couple of nights of rest, he'll give us an update. And I hope everything is fine. But again, this is worst case scenario. Keep that in mind. This is worst case scenario right now. If Joe does need a rest, we might go Jake Browning here. Tell me down below your thoughts and opinions. See you guys next one. Peace.